You're watching Your View.
Thank you for joining us. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends. What is happening on a Monday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew, broadcasting on the radio airwaves of the mightier 1090, broadcasting tonight on television on Channel 4 San Diego, part of the Your View Cox Network, and also on YouTube right now. So get involved in that YouTube chat, maybe a thumbs up, come comment down below, visit with our sponsors. Lots going on here on our YouTube channel. And we are in the 7 Mile Casino studios, 7milecasino.com. And by the way, 7 Mile Casino now has in the casino itself, what you got, like poker over here and blackjack over here and the beautiful, view of the bay, okay? And then there was this great restaurant and bar, but now they put Sammy's Wood Fire Pizza. So Sammy's Restaurant and Bar is now in 7 Mile Casino. And as we've heard before, our man Grande Alejandro Padilla, mi hermano numero uno, before he became a giant radio star and a television superstar, he actually worked in Sammy's Wood Fire Pizza. And Alex, now you tell me, right?
Okay.
7 Mile Casino just got better by having Sammy's inside the casino. Would you agree or disagree to that?
I would 100% agree with that statement, Scott. 100%. They have a full bar.
They do have a full bar, yep.
Yeah. When I worked there, it wasn't a full bar. I think that's why they changed their name from Wood-Fired Pizza to bar, because that's a big deal for restaurants to have a full bar. So that's awesome.
There you go. So listen, come on down and visit 7 Mile Casino, just a few minutes from downtown San Diego. And it's a holiday weekend upcoming. You'll probably have a day off. We're off on Monday.
Oh, nice. 3-day weekends.
Did you not know that?
I forgot it was Labor Day weekend.
Hey, Browner, you want the day off on Monday, or would you prefer to work, Browner? What do you think?
Yellow card.
Yellow card.
Yellow card.
I was only going to let it go on for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yellow card for you, Browner.
Yellow
That's
card.
right. That's right. And the more you say things like, man, what you talking about? Yellow card. All up in this. Nobody can hear you because your mic must be on mute.
Whoop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mic must be. You see, there he is right there.
Muted.
Still,
You're just going to stay muted?
You're going to just
You're
stay
just
there.
gonna
and
stay muted?
Keep on talking this way. You're just going to keep on like this. Is that really the case? All right, good.
There's no card, it doesn't count.
Alex, what happened to your yellow
I don't
card?
know. The video does this now. Look at the video does that. I have no idea what the heck happened.
That's terrible, man.
I'll figure it out.
I gotta get a yellow card. I gotta get something.
I'm innocent.
I gotta get a yellow card. Okay, look, we're just getting underway here. And for those of you that are joining us on television tonight, I'll always remind you guys, come to the YouTube channel so you can get the full show, not just the condensed 1 hour of the show. I love that everybody tells me they're seeing the show on TV. It's awesome. I told you last week I was at the racetrack and I ran into Venti Glenn, and Venti Glenn was like, man, Cap, I done seen that show on TV, dog. Man, you should put me on that show. And I said, okay, I would love to put you on that show. Are you available? You know, can you do Zoom, dude? Like, what's it? Man, I'm retired, man. I just sit in my place all day smoking weed, man. I'm available whenever you need me, dog. I'm like, great. Let's do it. Let's do it. So glad to have everybody along. And for those of you that are watching on TV, Alex, if you could put up on the screen for everybody, just want to remind you that you can YouTube. You can go to YouTube. You can find us on YouTube, youtube.com/Kaplan and Crew, youtube.com/Kaplan and Crew. And by the way, that's where you see all of our stadium or street fight reviews. We've got one today for you. We've got one today because Jake Paul was fighting against some old washed up UFC fighter.
Tyron Woodley.
Okay. And those two guys were in the ring doing their thing. Couple dudes got into it in the stands. One guy took the brunt of it. His buddy, who kind of was the starter of the fight, he got punched in the face and like got dazed and confused.
Bailed.
And then bounced. He's like, okay, my buddy's getting his ass kicked and I'm going to get out of here. In fact, you know, let's start there. Let's just start there because I don't really, the Padres are really upsetting me. The Dodgers and the Giants both lost 2 out of 3 this past weekend. So nobody gained any ground, you know? So instead of talking about baseball, let's just have a little bit of fun here and let's go right into our fight video review. What do you say?
Let's do it. Are we going to talk about the fight in the ring or the fight in the seats?
Man.
Am I the only one that watched Jake Paul?
Yes.
Tyron Woodley?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're the only
By the
one
way,
still convinced to buy that. Or
No,
watch
no,
it.
I
Not
would've
buy,
watched it.
watch.
I would have
Watch.
watched
Buy.
it, but I would have
Buy.
watched it, but no, here's what
See, I
happened.
caught myself.
I would have watched this thing. I would have watched this Jake Paul fight. Two things.
$60.
One, I didn't know that it was on last night. I watched all the weigh-ins. I saw all the talking. I didn't know it was a Sunday night thing. I assumed it was a Saturday night thing, and I was out on Saturday night. Two, on Sunday, what I found myself watching was the Cleveland Browns final preseason tune-up. And gosh, I wish I could tell you who they were playing, but it escapes me right now because it wasn't important. I was only watching the Cleveland Browns. I only wanted to see their first team offense because you know how much some of these teams don't play anybody in
It's
the
ridiculous.
preseason?
It's ridiculous.
But some teams do. Like Tom Brady played in the final preseason game for the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield and the vast majority of the Browns starters on offense actually played. So I just wanted to see.
Jacksonville. I think they played Jacksonville.
No, I don't think they played Jacksonville, but Jacksonville also played their starters. They played they played their quarterback. They said, "Look, we got to get this guy more playing time." So certain teams do and other teams don't, but Cleveland last night was playing Atlanta. That's who it was. It just came to me. Cleveland was playing Atlanta last night. And I watched the first quarter because I wanted to see what their first team offense looked like. That's it. So I did not watch this fight last night. Alex, you paid $60 for this thing, huh?
Yeah.
Was there other fights or was this just like this Jake Paul fight?
No, there was like 5 fights on the card.
Any of
I
them
didn't
noteworthy?
I didn't know anybody else who fought on the card. Tyson Fury's brother,
Mhm.
Tommy Fury, was
Yeah.
on the card.
Mhm.
Is he supposed to fight one of the brothers?
He's trying to fight Jake. He's
Oh,
trying to
okay.
fight Jake.
How big is he?
But
The Fury brother.
they're pretty much the same size, 190.
Okay.
But this Jake Fury, or what's his name? No, Tommy Fury.
Jake
Excuse
Fury.
me.
Yeah.
Awful fighter. Awful.
Mhm.
Terrible. I listen, when you're that good looking, go do something else, dude. Like, I have no idea what he's doing in that boxer. He's awful. It was the worst fight maybe I've ever seen, to be honest with you. And I watched Rough and Rowdy on Friday from Barstool.
Rough
and
and
I'm
Rowdy.
telling you, that's the worst fight I've ever seen.
Yeah, but Rough and Rowdy. Now, how would I have watched that? Because I only saw Rough and Rowdy videos on Instagram. How would I have
Yeah.
watched that?
That's just a barstoolsports.com production. It's
Is it
only
pay-per-view
on their
or
streaming.
Is it free?
Yeah, you pay, I think it was $25. So
Okay.
like I was with 12 guys and we all were like, "Hey, you guys want to watch this in the background?" And it is the dumbest, like funniest 3 hours of your life. Like honestly, if you just want to watch a bunch of redneck hillbillies beat the crap out of each other in
Yeah.
jean shorts,
Yeah.
that is what you watch.
Well,
It
that was
was
like the one guy from West Virginia who they show him like with his chainsaw. And
Yeah.
he's like, he's out of his mind. And he's like, I'm like, oh my God, if I were
And
fighting
you know who
that
the main
guy,
you know who the main event in Rough and Rowdy was?
who's that?
I
Adam
saw
Pac-Man Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam Pac-Man Jones against who?
Against like a like this guy is a Rough and Rowdy legend. I forget
Yeah.
his name, but he just only fights in Rough and Rowdy.
Okay, and
And-
who won?
Not Pac-Man.
No
No.
way.
No, it was the other guy. I forget his name. It was just dude, 1 minute rounds, 3 rounds. Like it's just a joke of a. It's not really boxing. It's just like
No,
an
it's
event.
funny, but
Yeah,
I
it's
love it.
funny.
I think
It's
it's
hilarious.
because
Yeah.
I watch a little bit on Instagram and I see Dave Portnoy, and
Mhm.
Dave, I think of Dave now as being like a big time guy,
They were on the broadcast last night.
Yeah, and he's like at this little tiny like podunk event. It certainly wasn't glamorous,
Yeah.
And so wait,
Um,
Portnoy was on the Showtime Jake Paul
Yeah,
thing?
Portnoy and Big Cat. I guess Barstool has a partnership with Showtime now, so they
Oh.
were out there promoting their Barstool Sportsbook, and they were picking fights, and I don't think they picked a single correct fight the entire time. But yeah, man, dude, yeah, this weekend of fights, like I don't know what the world of boxing is, but they're entertainment. Like these
Yeah.
2 events were entertainment. Like that's all it is.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm not watching Canelo fight. I know I'm not watching Errol Spence fight. I know what I'm tuning in for.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
a
Well, let's do
spectacle.
this. So let's do this. Let's talk about this fight, but let's talk about what happened in the stands because we have
Yes.
another good arena fight to review, and we'll get there in just 1 minute. Before we do, though, let me talk to all the guys out there, especially guys like me who are over 40 years old. If you're over 40, 1 in 3 guys suffers from low testosterone. If you suffer from low testosterone and probably don't know it, you might be feeling fatigued all the time. You might have very low sex drive. Fellas, sorry to bring this up, but you might be experiencing erectile dysfunction. Here's something you don't usually think about, but you might be dealing with depression. It could be muscle loss or brain fog. There's a variety of things, symptoms that go along with a lack of testosterone or low testosterone. I Thrive MD, San Diego's leading anti-aging and performance optimization clinic, they can help you with this. Now, I've spent the last 6 to 8 weeks with Dr. Samir, who is a board certified cardiologist who runs I Thrive MD. I've spent a ton of time with him in the clinic, getting treatments, trying to understand better what testosterone can do, and trying to understand all the different treatments that I Thrive has for guys that are a little bit older that are experiencing low testosterone. You know, there's so many other problems in life that come when when you can't sleep, when you're depressed, when you're experiencing muscle loss, when you can't perform in the bedroom. There's a whole other list of problems that come along with it, and I Thrive can help in a lot of these different things. Really, what they can help you with is living a longer, healthier life. And it's not just about testosterone. There's a lot of other stuff. So here's what I want you to do, Alex. If you can just take everybody to our website, kaplanandcrew.com. Hey, who's that good looking guy? That was me. Okay, there it is. There's the I Thrive MD logo. Click on that. Now come to this landing page, ithrivemd.com/Kaplan. Click on this orange button right here. And for everybody who is thinking about this, here's what you get. You get a free testosterone test. You get a free TRT consultation. You can read more about that. And there's all kinds of incredible deals for you. So look, I've been talking about testosterone for a long time. I believe in it. I use it. I pass along the word all the time. But now I want you to understand I've taken it up a notch to a whole new level. I Thrive MD, ithrivemd.com/Kaplan, and visit our website where you can get lots of information. I'll give you a phone number for those of you that are listening on radio. 858-240-1497, 858-240-1497. Call iThrive MD, make an appointment, go to our website, use it there. I'm telling you right now, guys, this could be a real life changer for you. And I'm so glad that we have upgraded to a higher level now of understanding about what this is all about and working with these doctors. You're going to really find a great experience at iThrive MD. Okay, keeping it on. Fight reviews. Arena fight reviews. So, Alex, set this up for us. This is at this Jake Paul fight in Cleveland?
Yeah. So this was at I think where the Cavaliers play, and that's where Jake Paul is from. And so there was this fight in the stands. And I want everybody to keep an eye on the white shirt kid, because the white shirt kid is a punk. Like, he is a punk. Like,
well, here's what worries me about this fight from the very beginning when I watched this fight. First of all, this kid looks very, very young. 1, 2, he doesn't look like he's ever been in a fight in his life. And 3, he looks like a guy. Remember last week I said that the Sons in 4 guy, that guy has glorified arena fights. This guy looks like he'd watched too many Sons in 4 guy replays. And this guy gets punched one time in the face by a guy wearing glasses. The guy didn't take his glasses off like, okay, I'm about to get into a fight. This guy was holding the young kid in the white shirt. He's holding his wrist. He realizes that this kid wants to go, and he pops him one time, knocks, and this guy's down below. And that one punch so startled this kid that he was never really able to recover. And as a result, his pal who he was with, got his ass kicked, and then the kid left. Kid just left him. Just left him. So let's watch the video.
It is, dude, I think, the whole crowd had to be filled with just a bunch of like wannabe YouTubers and TikTokers anyways, right? Like, that's the crowd that Jake Paul had. But dude, look at the white kid got punched. And now he's stumbling over himself, just completely just messed up. And he's like, oh, I should probably get back in there. Throws one little punch, and then he's like, you know what? I'm out. This is not worth it. I'm out of here. And he leaves his boy.
Right.
Oh, he just left his boy.
Now,
and then cops came and.
Yeah, I like how the cop puts his mask on. Cop's like, I better put my mask on, these losers. Hey, but let's go back and watch it again, because we're all going to see different things. And Browner, I need to hear your opinion. Watch the guy with his hat on backwards with the tie-dye shirt. Watch him. Watch the cheap shots that he has.
Ping!
Oh, yeah, he took the mink. And
Ping!
boom,
Ping!
boom,
Ping!
boom. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 punches by the guy wearing the tie-dye to the guy. I mean,
you called him cheap shots. You called him cheap shots. Bro, his boy was getting kind of like he's about to be in trouble, and he defended his boy. Those are not cheap shots.
Yeah, but they're kind of like, you know.
Oh, listen. Let's slow down. There's no cheap shots in this fight.
Let's hear your review. Go ahead.
There's no cheap shots in this fight at all. First of all, you came somewhere with a man who wasn't ready to throw no punches. So when he called his licking, he got the kicking. Like, bro, What is wrong with you? You can't start a fight, take the solid punch, and then let your man try to, I don't know, clean up the dirty work. But it was
Yeah.
more work. That work wasn't dirty. That was hard work, bro. You got to get back in there.
How old
Look
do
at
you
this
think that
dude.
kid is? How old do you think that kid is in the white? How old do you think he is?
18, 19.
If man.
Boom.
If that kid's 19, dude. Look at him. He looking for
Yeah.
anything at this point. Like, oh God.
Never been in a fight in his life. Ever.
Never. It won't be
And
in another one.
probably
So
won't be in another one. Yeah.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him. Oh, I want some, but I'm going to be back here if you guys need me.
This is what you call fight energy. In that building, it's fight energy. So you think you can fight too?
What's the other guy, though? What's the guy in the black T-shirt, though? What's he doing? The guy in the black T-shirt, is he a security guy? No.
He's wrestling.
Well, here, okay, so one more time. I got to see now. So the one guy, the guy in the white shirt, the young kid gets popped in the face.
Right.
Then his friend goes in because he's going to try and help out.
Right.
Then the other guy's friend, wearing the tie-dye shirt with the hat on backwards, he comes in, hits him 4 times right in the side of the head.
Right.
And then while the cop is grabbing the kid whose shirt is being ripped off, there seems to be another guy in black. And I can't tell if he's like security or if he's entered into the fight. Just go back and let's watch it one more time here. Look at this guy. Get out of here.
Sit down.
Man. Get out of here.
And then he
Hey,
starts
hey,
yelling him, F you, F
Boom.
you. And boom.
I got no choice. It's me or him. And then the guy in the gray shirt, 2, 3. Okay, so you think the guy in the black T-shirt is going to get some, but let's see here, because the guy with the gray T-shirt, okay, how did the guy in the black T-shirt who threw the first punch, how did he go down? Well, now there's another guy in the black shirt. Don't you see there's another guy on top right there?
I
right
got
there.
security. He's
That's
security.
security.
Think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Trying to break it up. That
Well,
cop got there pretty quick, man.
The guy with no shirt on, he took a bunch of punches.
Is that blood? Is that blood on his face?
It's hard to tell. Gosh, we need another angle.
I have another angle, but it's from 2 rows back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not as good because people stand up to see it. You see
Yeah.
it from the very beginning of the kid walking over and just like yelling. Because the question is, how does this always start?
Mhm.
They were not sitting like, okay, you're row in front of me, but you're directly behind me. This wasn't one of those. Like that kid was sitting like 4 or 5 seats over. So this must have gotten out of control from a while of people talking trash to each other. Again, fight energy in the building makes everybody think they can throw hands. You can't, bruh. You can't.
This is why I've never been to a UFC fight.
No, this is why I ain't going.
I've been to a bunch.
I've been to plenty of boxing matches, plenty of big time boxing matches. I've never been to a UFC fight in person. And I never go to a bar or a restaurant to see a UFC fight.
Me neither.
Because what happens
I
is
do all that stuff.
I know, but what happens is you get people who are drinking.
Fight energy.
Right. They get the fight energy. Listen, it's just like golf. I promise you it's just like golf. But here's the thing. You watch golf, you go, I'd actually like to go play golf. So you go to play golf, but you can't play golf right there. You're like, I'm watching fights, I'm drinking. I think I want to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Where am I? Him. I want him.
You. What
Right.
are you going to do? What are you going to do? Ah!
That kid in that white T-shirt looks like he's about 16, 17 years old. He's tall, he's skinny, and he clearly is not ready to fight. And the guy who's a row behind him, or underneath him, if you will, has kind of a beard. He's got glasses on. And I don't know how old he is, but he looks pretty young too, although he's able to grow a beard.
But dude, we've said this so many times on this show. If you're not ready to fight, don't tell someone to F off in their face. Like I didn't play the audio. Yeah. That kid was yelling F you to the guy in the black. So guess what? If you don't want to fight, don't do that. And if you're gonna do that, in what world are you not ready to fight? Like if I'm telling someone to their face, F you, I am prepared for the repercussions of my actions.
How about this? How about watch the video one more time and watch the kid in the white T-shirt. Watch the guy in the black shirt grab his wrists. Watch him get out of here, man. And then he puts his fists up, and I'm going to hold your fists. Okay, you know what? I got no choice here. It's either he's going to punch me or I'm going to punch him.
One, you never let another person grab your arms in a situation like that. That's how I know this kid's never been in a fight. That's one. Two, if you walk up on somebody like that in that situation, you got to hit him. You got to hit him.
That kid got popped, and he was back, and then he was down, and he was all messed up.
He got out of there.
The white shirt kid just bailed, dude. What
Just
a punk, man.
out.
That's funny.
Out.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, as a parent of a son who's 21 years old, like this stuff freaks me out. You know what I mean? Because I don't want my kid going into a place drinking because he's 21, because he can legally buy a drink, saying something stupid to somebody, and the next thing you know, somebody who's got like real experience in fighting pops him.
You know, your son strikes me as the guy who would try to help somebody who got punched. He doesn't strike me as the person who would start the talking.
No,
He doesn't have the trash talk energy. Like,
Right.
That's not Justin at all.
He strikes me as the defender, like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then he gets hit because he's going, whoa, 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 in a fight where you should have your hands up.
He's also the kid that is the smart kid in that, this is the way I was too when I was in college. I'm a kicker. I'm not getting into fights. See all these dudes around me? They're all going to be doing the fighting, So
Back away.
He's traveling with a pack,
Mm-hmm.
All right, stick around, everybody. We are in the 7 Mile Casino studios. 7 Mile Casino, just minutes from downtown San Diego, now has Sammy's Restaurant and Bar. It's open 24/7. There's brunch on the weekends from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. All the great food that you've come to know from this brand, Sammy's Woodfire Pizza, is now in 7 Mile Casino, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All right, stick around. Let's actually, unfortunately, dive into a little bit of the Padres, some Dodgers and Giants, and what's going on around Major League Baseball. Stick around, everybody.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Catch an all-new local show on the mightier 1090. Please join us every Thursday at 6 p.m. for the Charity Stripe, where you can get 3 out-of-the-box sports minds whose game is knowing yours. Only on a new generation of radio, the mightier 1090 AM, SoCal Sports Talk. It's the final opportunity at BMW of San Diego to get 0.9% APR for 36 months on all in-stock 2017, 18, and 19 BMW certified model. Now until August 31st, 2021. BMW San Diego, Kearny Mesa Road and the 163.
At La Jolla Cosmetic, we try to help people achieve well-being. And we feel that it's not only important to look good, but also feel good inside. And honestly, what a better opportunity to help my community than being a supporter of an organization such as Las Patronas.
The mission of Las Patronas is to provide financial assistance to local nonprofits that are providing valuable community services in the areas of health, education, social services, and cultural arts. La Jolla Cosmetic has been one of our biggest supporters at Las Patronas, so we couldn't do what we do without their support.
You feel the need and you see the need because we go to visit each grant applicant.
Partnering with groups that are actually dedicated to help your community, it's the best thing that you can do as a responsible business.
It's the final opportunity at BMW of San Diego to get 0.9% APR for 36 months on all in-stock 2017, 18, and 19 BMW certified model. Now until August 31st, 2021. BMW San Diego, Kearny Mesa Road and the 163.
Time now for Kaplan and Crew Tonight's Community Connect.
Shelter to Soldiers selects dogs from shelters and rescue groups all throughout California. Our ideal candidate at Shelter to Soldier is 8 months to a year and a half old. They're confident in different environments. They have strong social drive. Another motivator like food or toy drive. And ultimately, these are dogs that want to have a job and that have a greater purpose to become a service dog. Currently, about 85% of our dogs pass their service dog training. But if they don't pass, they become a career change. We don't like to use the word failure around here. So career change to an emotional support animal, or if that doesn't work out, then they career change to a pet dog, still finding a loving placement and purpose in life.
Welcome to the Jacobs & Cushman San Diego Food Bank and our 90,000 square foot facility. We feed 350,000 people every single month. Many people ask, how can I help? You can volunteer for the San Diego Food Bank. Just go to sandiegofoodbank.org, register to volunteer. No group is too small, no group is too large, but those volunteers are integral to our success in feeding the community. Another way you can help is by hosting a food drive. Just go online and register your group, your company, or organization. It's that easy. Another great way is through our virtual food drive, where you can literally buy food on our behalf. Lastly, another great way to make an impact is to go online and make a financial contribution to the San Diego or North County Food Bank. On behalf of the San Diego Food Bank, our staff, our volunteers, and the 350,000 people we serve every month, thank you for helping us fight hunger and feed hope in San Diego County.
Add 1 part John Browner, 1 part ex-San Diego Charger Bert Grossman, and you get comedy. The Browner and Bert Show. Tuesdays at 6 p.m. A new generation of radio. The all-new and mightier 1090.
Sometimes they say it might work, it might not work. And so I ask myself the question, like, why even get the vaccine if it can also harm you? For me, it's like taking a 50-50 chance.
Hi, Andrea. Some say that the vaccine is harmful or that it might not work, but that's not true. Millions of people have been vaccinated with no ill effects, and I can tell you that getting the vaccine is far safer than not getting it.
People often ask me, what is the Ronald McDonald House? We are a home away from home for families with a child in medical crisis. We opened our doors in 1980, and ever since then, our job has been to support families who have a child in the hospital. And those families often have kids who are very sick or perhaps injured. We're literally 5 minutes from the bedside here at the Ronald McDonald House. So if a mom and dad need to get to the bedside, they can get there very quickly. If it's possible to imagine a child in the hospital, you can begin to imagine the stress that a mom and dad are under when they're in there acting as partners in care for their child. Our job really is to give them a place where they can find some respite, some relaxation for a moment or two before they head back to the hospital. If you'd like to support the Ronald McDonald House, visit our website at rmhcsd.org. You can make a donation, you can learn how to volunteer, you can learn more about exactly the programs and services we provide. There's even a wish list there, so you can send or drop off the kinds of supplies we need here to care for families 24 hours a day, every day of the year.
Kaplan and Crew tonight presents Sports in a Minute.
Orange County Soccer Club had a draw against Charleston Battery on Saturday. 2 Battery goals were called back for offsides in the first half, and the second half produced much of the same as the first, with multiple opportunities that just couldn't quite be capitalized on for both sides. Kevin Alston was named man of the match by OCSC as he had 8 duels won, 4 clearances, and 2 tackles. Brian Alaski was named USLChampionship.com man of the match for his efforts throughout the game. He finished with 4 shots and 2 key passes, completed 44 of 50 passes overall, and won 9 of 9 duels. The match between OCSC and Charleston was the first time the 2 teams had met since 2014. OCSC will return home to take on El Paso Locomotive on Friday. I'm Haley Stasiak. That's your Sports in a Minute. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Here it comes, Jalen Johnson. 3 touchdowns on the night.
Watch out.
And brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
To the end zone. Christakis pulls it in. What a catch!
Over the middle, right there in his hand. A throw down towards the end zone. In stride, touchdown, Donald. Thibodeau breaks another tackle.
Big run up the middle. Touchdown.
Like the spirit of Greenwood is all over the place in Tulsa, North Tulsa specifically. It's like it's not just one location anymore.
This is the beginning. This is a launching pad. This is not something that we just did to come together just for this moment.
The Spirit of Greenwood is brought to you by Multicultural Health Foundation. The vaccine can protect us. Will you? Verify and trust.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Hey, great friends, what is happening? It is a Monday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. If you're just getting with us on radio or if you're watching tonight on television, obviously YouTubers, you guys are watching everything that's going on. But we went last segment. I honestly, I didn't want to talk Padres today. I didn't want to talk Padres and baseball. I will, because I know you guys are deeply into it. Me, I'm kind of into that like last quarter where I just don't think there's any chance of coming back and I'm about to leave the game. You know, to me, it's like 35-14. And I'm like, you know what? We're going to lose. Let's get out of here and beat the traffic. But it's not quite over yet. So we'll talk about it here in just one quick second. We are in the 7 Mile Casino studios of Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. Happy to have all the radio listeners on the mightier 1090, all the YouTubers that are involved in the YouTube chat, all the TV viewers tonight on Cox Your View channel for San Diego, and everybody that will be listening on audio podcast. Happy to have everybody along. All right, fellas. Anybody here watch this weekend? Padres and Anaheim? Anybody watching this weekend?
Yes, I did. I watched because I was ready to defend Ryan Weathers. I'm like, yo, my guy finna come out. I have my phone in hand. I was like, this guy finna light it up. We're playing the Angels. They're terrible. I'm expecting at least 8 to 10 Ks, good 6 innings, 7 at max. I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna peacock, and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my weekend. And that brother went out there throwing beach balls, man. I'm out.
What? Wait,
I'm out.
Hold on. Wait,
I'm out.
Wait,
I'm
hold
out.
on.
It's happening.
Wait, Joe
It's
Rigby.
happening.
Joe Rigby, get ready. The hot take was Ryan Weathers is the best pitcher on the Padres. That was the hot take.
I said it.
And now you're telling me you have officially now given up on Ryan Weathers. Is that what you're telling me?
After watching him throw, the way, I'm out. I'm out, dog. Like those are beach balls. Those. It's like a basketball going up to the plate. Dudes are like hitting it. They're hitting the balls hard against him, like really, really hard. Everyone is. Sometimes they go out. Sometimes they don't. Man, listen. That was painful. The Angels aren't good. They're not good, and they were hammering him. Hard outs or all the way out. It just or a walk. It just wasn't. It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Wow.
Oh man, welcome to reality. By the way.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. We've all I don't know what you were watching the last month, but we've all seen this train wreck happening in front of our eyes, and now you're seeing it.
I felt like he had better stuff previously. Maybe he just didn't have it that particular day, but now it's lined up too many days. Because what I saw was just poor pitching. This complete telegraphs right over the heart of the plate. Not low, not high. Somewhere between the waist and the chest. You're not supposed to throw pitches there in Major League Baseball, or especially over the plate.
Mm-hmm.
It was it was bad.
I like how you said like the Angels too. Like the Rockies aren't bad. The Marlins aren't bad. The Diamondbacks aren't bad. You know, like
the Diamondbacks beat the Rockies just beat the Dodgers. Come on, let's lay off the Rockies, okay? Let's lay off the Rockies. We the Rockies at this point.
Well, listen, I mean, right now the Angels, just after this last game, they're 64-67, so 3 games under 500.
Mm-hmm.
The Padres are 69-62. They've completely fallen apart, and even though that 7 games over 500 sounds good to Padre fans, it sounds good only because you actually have a winning record, but we all know how this team and how this season has completely gone into a free fall and a collapse. You say the Angels are terrible as if they're the Arizona Diamondbacks, as if they're the Colorado Rockies. Just record-wise, they're not. But, they don't have a lot of good pitching, which gave you some hope that the Padres offense would come alive, which it did on Friday night, and then flip things around on Saturday, and the Padres wind up getting pounded. Do you have anything you'd like to say today about Ohtani, who you call Ophony? Do you have anything you'd like to say about that? Because now that you've given up on Ryan Weathers, and I predict by about week 5 or 6 of the NFL season, you'll come to the conclusion that Carson Wentz isn't any good, and you'll give up on Carson Wentz.
Well, He has COVID.
Oh, now he's got COVID from an
Yeah.
injury into COVID. Wow.
Yes.
And he's an anti-vaxxer on top of it all.
Mm-hmm.
He could be a breakthrough case. He could be a breakthrough case.
Could be, but I think you'd hear about that.
What I've said on this show, if you are not vaccinated, I'm out on you, period. So that's an easy out for me if that's the case for him.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You're just going to back out of everybody today.
No. I didn't say I'm backing out on him. I'm saying if he's not vaccinated, I'm backing out because that's a sign of stupidity and selfishness at this point in time of this virus. So that's just my take on that. As far as Ophony goes, look, I watched the guy sit in the dugout put heat wraps on his hands. What does
that have to do with? What does that have to do with anything?
Keep him. Keep him.
Anyway, I'm not going to waste my breath on your ridiculous Ohtani stuff. Since July started, Ryan Weathers has pitched 10 times. The Padres are 1-9.
Since when?
Since July.
Hey,
July and
man.
August.
I think.
I mean, if you want to throw June in there, it's not much better.
You know what he feels like to me? He feels like when Paddock was struggling and he would take the mound and he would give up a run in the first inning and everyone would be like, oh, this sucks. We're going to lose. And so then there's no energy because the previous day, the energy was good. They were scoring runs. The team looked alive. Weathers went out there, gave up that big old fat home run in the first inning. And it was just like, ugh, here we go.
Tell you what, a lot of Padre fans in Angel Stadium. A lot of Padres fans using the train, going back and forth from San Diego to Anaheim.
You know what there wasn't at Angel Stadium, though?
Tell me.
A lot of fans. It was pretty empty. Yeah. It was pretty empty, man.
What you mean? How? What you mean people ain't showing up? They got Ohtani. They got old phony. People not showing up to see old phony. What you mean? They don't want to go to LA. They don't go to LA to see old phony, huh?
They're not showing up for that. They're not showing up for Tatis. They're not showing up for anything over there.
No, well, listen, I don't expect us to be all. I don't expect a brown out, but I expect to see some red out there. And listen, if all I see is red seats, y'all got Ophony. Ophony supposed to be the guy.
Yeah,
I want to see Ophony.
But I would say this: like it's now late into the season, and we're now. I'm just trying to look at the numbers
5 weeks.
here. Yeah, they've played 130 games, 131 games. So there's 30 games to go, and the Angels aren't going anywhere. So I just don't expect there to be a ton of people. And by the way, you say Ohtani, like people are just going to go, hey, guess what? You know what? I haven't been to a game yet this year to go see Ohtani. So they're playing against the Padres. I really want to go see what's going on here. It's not like the Padres are a national draw. This isn't the Yankees or the Red Sox. Don't make your eyes at me like that. They're not.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, ask.
These are two Southern California teams. This is basically a what they call that train that go up and
series.
down.
Oh,
no, the coaster.
Yeah. Okay. No, I don't know if it's called it, but whatever. Go ahead.
This is a coaster series. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a 45-minute drive on the train, on the train.
Well, where are all the Padre fans that just completely take over? I'm just telling you that there were several hundred Padre fans on the train. As a matter of fact, one of our great friends, listeners, you guys know Neil Umscheld, and I never know how to really pronounce the or is it Neil Umscheld was telling me this story that he was cruising south from Santa Barbara on the train, and when they got to Anaheim, they were told, "Hey, look, just be prepared. A ton of people are about to get on this train to head south to San Diego." And Neil was like, "Dude, you had to see the train." Jam-packed with people wearing brown. They picked up like 300 fans. I didn't see any fights. I didn't see any fights.
Look at that.
Fight videos.
Our people travel to see Tatis. Ain't nobody coming to see Ophony, even in his own home.
Really? They're traveling to see Tatis do what? Go 0 for 4?
Stand in right field and play with his mitt.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, the season's about to turn though, right? Because now we're healthy. That's we're trying to find ways of positivity. And now Paddock's back, so he's ready to save our season.
Oh, if Chris Paddock saves our season, that's going to be.
Lamet had a good rehab. Lamet had a good rehab. We had Snell do a couple really solid outings, and now we had Yu Darvish come out to give a really solid effort against the Dodgers.
Joe Musgrove again.
Joe Musgrove,
best pitcher on the team.
On his back, yeah.
You want to talk about the
game?
Best pitcher on the team? There you go.
So all I gotta say is this: if we get Lamet back,
how about that offense?
Lineup. Well, again, man.
What? Again.
The energy will pick up when the starters come back. Look, all right, man. Listen, I'm just trying to take a
look. Let's take a look at the next few games here, though, because the Padres have to play. Really, I think the best team in all of baseball, Arizona. I mean, hey, Listen, this is who they've had so much trouble with. They must be the best team. Here's what's coming up tonight. Chris Paddock to save the season. The sheriff returns. Tuesday, Blake Snell. Put it on me. I'll go 8+ innings. I'm a guy that only goes 5. I'll go 8. And on Wednesday, Yu Darvish comes back. If the Padres are going to get themselves back into this playoff race, Darvish has come off the IL. Snell has been better. Paddock is coming back, and the team needs him because they need an arm. It's not him. They just need a healthy arm. So he's coming back.
Musgrove
had a complete game. Weathers is toast. He's done.
Yeah, that's probably true.
You know,
and then you got Lamet. Lamet might be back too.
You can't pitch Weathers anymore.
I agree.
You can't do it. That team knows they're going to lose if he's out there.
Right. In fact, if anything, what I would do is I would take Weathers and go, okay, we're going to shut you down now. You're a young guy.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to shut you down for the next couple of weeks. Maybe refresh your arm. Because if by chance we happen to make it to the postseason and we need you to come out of the bullpen, let's just freshen up your arm. And if we need somebody else right now, put Mackenzie Gore in there once and for all. What the hell?
Listen, if you got four starting pitchers that are healthy now, you can go a bullpen day every 5th day. I don't care. You can't put Weathers out there no more. You can't.
I mean,
like you cannot put him out there anymore. Like the numbers don't lie. Like
technically,
the man is 2-11 since June.
Technically, you wouldn't have to do a bullpen day if Lamet comes back as well, because then you'll have Paddock, Lamet, Musgrove.
Are you really depending on Lamet at this point? Come on,
to give me 5 innings
this year. Come on,
no,
I can't.
That's not even their plan. They've already because that's not even their plan anymore. He's the bullpen guy too.
Okay, all right. Well,
no, are you really going to trust Lamet to? He hasn't pitched more than 2 innings in how long?
Like every time he throws, he hurts himself.
We got rid of terrible Rothschild, dog. We got rid of Rothschild.
That might be the difference. Yeah, of course.
So let Lamet go out there with a new focus, new stuff, new angle. We got rid of Rothschild, dog. Rothschild was the problem.
Yeah.
No, what about Damian Easley? When we get rid of him?
Well, look.
How about Jace
Because
Tingler?
the team is batting 220 in August.
We couldn't get rid of Jace Tingler fast enough. Whenever that day comes. Okay, I'm gonna help him pack them bags.
Okay. All right, stick around. Hold on. We want to talk more about this because the other angle to all of this is what happened with Cincinnati this weekend, because they're the ones now that the Padres are chasing. We'll get to that story. And what happened in front of the Padres? What happened to the Giants and the Dodgers? Before we do, let me talk about DraftKings. For those of you that are watching on YouTube or watching on television, you're seeing that DraftKings, the other side, right over my shoulder here. And again, I always like to thank you guys, the great friends, because without you, we don't have a deal with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Here's what this is all about, though. This is about daily fantasy, okay? I have a very hard time playing fantasy football because it's too much of a commitment. And as the season goes on, I lose my focus. I stop setting my lineup. All of a sudden, I see that I got killed in fantasy football. I'm like, what happened? Oh, well, I got 5 guys that aren't even playing this week because their team's on a bye, and I forgot to go change my lineup. Daily fantasy, though, is a little different because it's faster. It happens quicker, right? And so this is the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. And as you well know, after last night, the games, ended, the preseason ended. The regular season is not this Thursday, but the following Thursday. And so to bring you even closer to the action, DraftKings is giving all new players, I'm one of them, a free shot at $1 million during week 1. So you have a free shot at $1 million during week 1. If you haven't tried DraftKings yet, the preseason was a really great time to give it a shot. So now let's get ready for the regular season. Pick your lineup, stay under the salary cap, and see how you stack up against the competition. It's really quite easy. And listen, don't forget, DraftKings has something called the free-to-play pools where there's even more cash up for grabs. So you should head to the app now. So I'm going to make this super simple for everybody listening on radio, everybody listening on YouTube, everybody watching on television, and all the audio podcasters out there. I'm going to make this real simple for you. Download the DraftKings app. That's really the simplest thing that I can tell you to do is download the DraftKings app and use our promo code, which is you guys. It's the Great Friends. Great Friends is the promo code. For a limited time, new players can get a free shot at $1 million during week 1. So again, week 1 is coming up a week from now. Don't miss out on the action. Enter the code Great Friends. Here's what's going to happen. DraftKings is going to monitor how many great friends downloaded the DraftKings app, use the promo code to get their free shot at millions of dollars in prizes with your first deposit. They're going to know. And they're going to either come back to us and go, hey, it was great, man. Your audience, they ate this thing up. They downloaded the app like you asked. They used the promo code Great Friends, and they are entered into this competition. And somebody hopefully will win some of this $1 million from our audience. So this is the official fantasy partner, daily fantasy partner of the NFL. It's DraftKings. Download their app. Use our promo code GreatFriends. You only need $5 to deposit. That's the only requirement. And take your shot at millions of dollars in cash and prizes from DraftKings. And I'll say it time and time again. I'll never not say it. Thank you, great friends, because if it wasn't for you guys watching, listening, using the podcast, et cetera, these guys would not be here right now. In fact, I'll just tell you a very quick story, Alex and Browner. You guys will appreciate this. So I got a call from Jerry Donadio from 1090. You guys familiar with Jerry Donadio's work?
Who he play for?
Jerry Donadio plays for 1090. Put us all on screen. I want you guys to see that. I want to talk to you. Yeah. So Jerry Donadio calls me and he goes, "Hey, what's up with this DraftKings deal?" And I said, "What do you mean what's up with it?" He goes, "Well, who sold it?" I go, "I did." He goes, "Well, who
are you?
How'd that happen?" He goes, I go, "Well, I told him." I go, "The name of the ad agency, they're called Veritone, you know?" And he goes, "Well, I spoke to Veritone and they're not doing any radio buys in California." And I go, "Jerry, listen to me. This is sometimes I gotta work with these guys sometimes. These guys who are old school radio guys, God love them all, okay? Jerry, Elrod, these are our guys. They've been with us for years, but they're radio guys." I had to explain to them, they didn't buy radio. They bought podcasting. They bought YouTube. Radio is something they get because we're on radio. TV is something they get because we're on TV. But what they bought was podcasting and YouTubing. And how did they do that? They looked at the number of people that view our show. They looked at the number of people that download the audio of the podcast. And then they tell you, okay, based on these numbers of listeners and viewers, we're willing to pay you this much money to be on the show. It's called CPM. It's per 1,000 views or downloads or listens, whatever. Nonetheless, it's a whole different world than radio, dude. It's not radio, you know? So when Jerry is like, "Well, who did it? Who did the deal? I don't understand. Why wasn't I involved?" Because it wasn't radio. Now, radio gets thrown in and TV gets thrown in. But really, what DraftKings bought was audio podcast and YouTube. What they get on top of it is because that's where we're in all these other places. So,
hey man, listen, I'm hearing commercials on the radio. I think Jerry owed me a cut, but I
He
ain't
does?
gonna get into it. I think
Really?
Jerry owed me a cut though.
really, did you hook him up with somebody?
He know what it is. No, I hooked somebody else up with it, and they got it from him.
Okay, so then tell him you want your piece of the pie.
Again,
Again, what?
Jerry know what the deal is.
Jerry
Somebody
know?
owe me a cut.
Jerry, no, he owed you a cut.
Between Rich Elrod and Jerry Donadio, one of them know they owe me a cut.
Somebody owes you a cut, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. All right, see, a whole new world.
Center cut.
Is that
I
what
just
you
signed
want?
up for DraftKings while you talked, by the way.
Yeah.
That's how quick it was.
See, and by the way, that's how effective it was. Not
Yeah.
just how quick, but how effective. I mean, I convinced Alex to download the DraftKings app. Okay,
Done.
listen, let me keep. Oh, nice. All right, let me keep going.
Yeah.
We
Might win $1
are in-
million bucks.
Hey, if you win $1 million, what's your game plan? What are you going to do?
Buy a house.
Nice.
You still gonna need a little bit more.
Yeah, no, I'm not. You know,
The rate is
I'll probably-
going out there.
Yeah, no, I think we. I don't know. That's a good question. What do I do with $1 million? I have no idea.
Let me
After
just say,
taxes, how much is that, Scott?
$400,000.
yeah, about 490, 480.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's rough.
Yeah.
Maybe
me-
just like a nicer honeymoon and save the rest.
All
Put
right,
it
not a
into
bad call.
crypto.
Or how about buy a house in another state?
Huh?
Rental
Yeah.
property.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, listen, let me tell you guys something really quickly. Just side note, and I'll get back to baseball. Alex, on Saturday afternoon, I was driving south from LA. I had to go to LA on Friday and do a radio broadcast for ESPN in LA. Did that, stayed up in LA Friday night, had a meeting Saturday morning, started to head south, had a lunch that I had to stop for Saturday afternoon. By
Was
the
there
way,
traffic?
yeah, tons of traffic. Shout out to everybody in Redondo Beach and Palos Verdes. I mean, I love your hood. It's a great place. And I know you guys get the show on television up there. But on my way back, I met Rachel in Oceanside, and we walked the Oceanside Pier. We walked all of, the beach area of Oceanside. I'm telling you right now, I've watched Oceanside grow over the years. Hotels pop up, condo buildings pop up, bars and restaurants packed on a Saturday afternoon. It's about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Loved it. In fact, Alex, I walked around all of the area, probably about, 10, 20 blocks somewhere. And I was like, why doesn't Alex look up here? Downtown Oceanside is awesome. The
Commute.
101, I know the commute, but seriously, it's worth taking a look at. And here's why. Because Oceanside, to me, is a very up-and-coming community. You might be able to get a good deal in Oceanside. And, man, I'm telling you, it's going to shoot through the roof. There is so much action happening in Oceanside right now. So shout out to you guys up there. How about that?
How about that? No,
You're
we have
out on-
already
you're-
done.
You're out on Oceanside.
Yeah,
Are
that's
you-
too long of a commute for the lady. She dude, there's never not traffic on the 5. So it's just too long. We did it, man. We saw like 4 or 5 places up there. Just too far.
All right, before we hit this break, I just want to do this. Put up on the screen for everybody where we are on wild card watch now, because the Padres split, so they made up. Dodgers have this lead at 11.5 games. Cincinnati's right there. They've got the spot that the Padres want, and the Padres are back a game and a half. So,
But the Cardinals or the Reds are playing a good team, the Cardinals. So hopefully they can drop some more games.
The Cardinals are only, I think, 3 games back of the Reds. So I would be way more nervous if the Cardinals started leading the wild card than the Reds. I don't trust the Reds. I think the Reds are just as difficult as we are at this point to cheer for.
But look at who the Padres are playing. This very tough Arizona team that seems to own them. Took 3 out of 4 from them last time and no hit the Padres with a guy who was making his major league debut. I mean, I don't know why we think the Padres are just going to go running through Arizona. We'll talk more about this. Stick around, everybody. We are in the 7 Mile Casino studios, radio, TV, YouTube, podcast. Glad to have everybody along. This is Kaplan and Crew.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Here at the mightier 1090 AM, we don't just bring you SoCal sports. That would be lame. We also bring you the blue and gold Fighting Irish. We're the radio flagship for Notre Dame football for all of Southern California. This is the mightier 1090 AM. It's the final opportunity at BMW of San Diego to get 0.9% APR for 36 months on all in-stock 2017, 18, and 19 BMW certified model. Now until August 31st, 2021. BMW San Diego, Kearny Mesa Road and the 163.
People often ask me, what is the Ronald McDonald House? We are a home away from home for families with a child in medical crisis. We opened our doors in 1980, and ever since then, our job has been to support families who have a child in the hospital. And those families often have kids who are very sick or perhaps injured. We're literally 5 minutes from the bedside here at the Ronald McDonald House. So if a mom and dad need to get to the bedside, they can get there very quickly. If it's possible to imagine a child in the hospital, you can begin to imagine the stress that a mom and dad are under when they're in there acting as partners in care for their child. Our job really is to give them a place where they can find some respite, some relaxation for a moment or two before they head back to the hospital. If you'd like to support the Ronald McDonald House, visit our website at rmhcsd.org. You can make a donation, you can learn how to volunteer, you can learn more about exactly the programs and services we provide. There's even a wish list there, so you can send or drop off the kinds of supplies we need here to care for families 24 hours a day, every day of the year.
It's the final opportunity at BMW of San Diego to get 0.9% APR for 36 months on all in-stock 2017, 18, and 19 BMW certified model. Now until August 31st, 2021. BMW San Diego, Kearny Mesa Road and the 163.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
The San Diego Loyal got a big 3-1 win against Sacramento Republic FC on Saturday. The Loyal snapped Sacramento's 7-game undefeated streak. Augustine Williams had 2 goals in the win and was named USLChampionship.com Man of the Match. It was Williams' first start for San Diego. Oliver Larraz got the scoring started in the 3rd minute for the Loyal. Then Williams notched his 2 goals to give the Loyal a solid cushion heading into the second half. The defense would hold strong, not allowing Sacramento to close the gap and securing the win to earn 3 points and continue the Loyals' bid to reach the postseason. San Diego edged ahead in the Pacific Division to 2nd place ahead of Orange County SC. Both teams have 30 points. Next up for the Loyal is the LA Galaxy 2 on Sunday. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
Catch Kaplan and Crew, Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. If you've listened to Scott Kaplan the last 20 years, you know one thing. He likes to stir up some A new generation of radio. The all-new and mightier 1090.
Explore the Southwest lifestyle, the culture, the music, the food, y más. Join hosts J.R. Cardenas and Vanessa Ramirez on Su Vida. Enjoy the food, discover new artists, and fun things to do.
Watch Su Vida, Sunday night at 7 on Your View. Brought to you by Harrah's Resorts, Southern California. It's more than a place, it's a state of mind.
Love Promise moments are part of the mission of what we do here at Subaru El Cajon. A love promise moment is when we as human beings deliver an experience beyond exceptional to any one of our guests, and then that guest's life is positively affected by that interaction. It's amazing to watch what happens when two human beings talk on that level and create something magical. And sometimes they drive away with a car, sometimes they don't, but we've had an impact on that person's life, and that's the magic. You know, our employees react to things like Make-A-Wish, Feeding San Diego, and the other groups we help by jumping in.
This year, through COVID, we were able to help a little girl out and got her a rather large scooter that she needed for mobility.
We gave up our Christmas party as employees, and we actually adopted a wish of a young girl here in El Cajon, and we gave her a 3-wheel scooter so she didn't have to use her wheelchair all the time. It gives me goosebumps even thinking about it.
Let's take it up a notch with Kaplan and Crew tonight's Premium Boost, powered by the mightier 1090.
San Diego is a great place for deep sea fishing because it's home of the largest sport fishing fleet in the world. You can go on a half-day trip, a full-day trip, multi-day trip, all the way up to 18 days to catch tuna and wahoo, or just locally here to catch yellowtail. When booking a deep sea fishing excursion out of San Diego, there's several resources, and of course, the San Diego landings have great web pages. Seaforthlanding.com, fishermanslanding.com, PointLomaSportFishing.com are the perfect resource to book your next fishing vacation out of San Diego. What you need to do to have fun in the sun while you're out fishing is, of course, you'll have to obtain a California fishing license or a Mexican fishing license, depending on where the trip goes, and then get set up with tackle. All the landings have all the tackle for rental, and they'll give you all the guidance on the boat for catching a lot of fish here in San Diego. What you should wear out on the water when you're fishing here in San Diego? Layers. And that's the key, because you're probably not going to get very wet because you're going to go out on a nice day, but just be prepared for layers because it can get pretty cool on the water. You know, summertime is always the best, from I would say June through September, but prime months actually in San Diego, September, October are probably the 2 prime months. Best water conditions and probably the most abundance of fish. So as far as taking your fish home, they'll fillet the fish for you on the boat and put it into a package for you, or you can use one of the local processors like Fisherman's Processing that'll vacuum seal and freeze your fish so that you can put it in your cooler and take it home and eat it. Depending on how long your excursion is, you can go anywhere from a half-day trip for around $50 plus your license, all the way up to a multi-day trip that maybe costs several $100s per day. But a full-day trip is going to cost you about $150 a day, depending on the Mexican license or California licenses that you need to get.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's Premium Boost is powered by the mightier 1090. Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Shelter to Soldier selects dogs from shelters and rescue groups all throughout California. Our ideal candidate at Shelter to Soldier is 8 months to a year and a half old. They're confident in different environments. They have strong social drive, another motivator like food or toy drive. And ultimately, these are dogs that want to have a job and that have a greater purpose to become a service dog. Currently, about 85% of our dogs pass their service dog training. But if they don't pass, they become a career change. We don't like to use the word failure around here. So career change to an emotional support animal Or if that doesn't work out, then they career change to a pet dog, still finding a loving placement and purpose in life.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Today we're at an inclusive fitness center.